Hi there, and welcome to part 3 of our tutorial sessions on creating screen managers and menu systems in games using C and Monogame. So I'm just going to continue where we left off last week. So just run the code. It's very simple. You can see one screen with some text on it, and today we're going to show you how we can sort of render some sprites in our game. So the first thing I want to do is just clean up a bit of code that we've done last week. It's a bit messy and tidy it up a bit, so if we get rid of the two constants for window width and window height, and instead we want to actually inject them into our code through the init function. So we'll do this in actually using a rectangle. We'll call it screen bounds. So a rectangle's just got four sort of integer values inside it. One for the sort of the width, one for the height, and then one for the x and one for the y. So we pass screen bounds. Do we want width and screen bounds width, bounds height. So that fixes all the issues in this one. And if we hit build, you can see where else we've got them. So you can see here from iGame screen, which is our interface. The init function doesn't take a rectangle, so we have to remedy this. So rectangle screen bounds is fine. And then we want to pass this through here, so we'll create a private read-only rectangle as a member variable for screen manager. We'll call this screen bounds, and we'll pass that rectangle screen bounds through and assign in our constructor. So screen bounds equals screen bounds, and now we can pass screen bounds through the initialization functions as so. So we should have one more error, which will be on game1.cs, and that's essentially telling us that we've not pushed it through to the constructor of game screen manager. So up at the top I'm going to create a rectangle. I'm going to call it screen bounds. It's a new rectangle, and it's x and y are 0, so it starts at the top left hand corner. The width is going to be 800 and the height is going to be 600. Then in here for the preferred back buffer width, we can change this now to screenBounds.width, and you can change this to screenBounds.height, and we can now pass screenBounds into the constructor, and hopefully now if we run the code, we should be pretty much back to where we are. The code's now proper, and if we were to change the resolution of a screen, everything should still look correct. So today's lesson we're going to sort of start rendering some sprites in. So if we go back to intro screen, we can sort of follow a similar process as we had to text. So I'm going to create a new class inside our solution, and it's going to be called Sprite. And our Sprite class is going to have three pieces of information. So we're going to have a texture, 2D. So that'll be basically what texture we apply to our class, or what image really, in the grand scheme of things. We're going to have a vector2D, or vector2, sorry, which is going to represent the position, so whereabouts on screen we want to draw this. And finally, we're going to have a colour, and that will just default to white, so that whatever colour the actual image has isn't altered in any way by the Monogame's colour scheme. The next thing we want to be able to do is to draw our sprite. So again, we use the sprite batch. It's very similar to the text.draw method we used last week. and we can just do sprite batch.draw, and then we pass in texture, which is the image, the position, and the colour, and voila, we can now draw a sprite. And the last thing we want to really be able to do just now is return a bound rectangle of the sprite. So where it is, this can be used for collision detection and things like that. And to do that is really simple. We just want to return a new rectangle. Fingers don't seem to be working particularly well today for typing. And the x position is going to be the position, x value. The y position is going to be the position's y value. The width is going to be our texture's width, and our height is going to be our texture's height. So that's just going to represent a rectangle that sort of represents in 2D space where our sprite sits. So that's really simple. So if we go back to our intro screen now, I'm going to create a new list, and this time it's going to be a list of sprites. And I'm going to call it sprite list. And I'm going to write a comment here saying adding some text to our game, and then underneath that I'm going to add a comment saying adding some sprites to our game. Okay, so now what we want to do is create a new sprite. So that's dead easy. We can follow a similar pattern as above. So say var sprite obj equals new sprite, and then we can use the initializer object. So colour, we can keep it white. Texture, not decided what it's going to be called yet, so we'll leave that just now. And position, we're just going to set to 0. So this sprite is going to pretty much render from the top left until the size of the sprite. And the last thing we want to do is say mSpriteList.add sprite object, so that adds it to a list. Now if we go down to the draw, we can basically copy and paste this code in and change it from text list to sprite list. And we can say sprite.draw. So we should in theory be able to draw a sprite now if we actually add one. So I'm going to add one called intro. Which if I can find, college, screen management, content. Let's copy these over, and then into the content pipeline. Existing item, and call it intro. Sorry, I lost what I was doing there. And save it. So we've added our texture in now, and as you can see, we've got a background. It's just a black background with some rather wonderful white parts. So as you can see, we can't no longer see our text anymore, and that's just the ordering. So we really want to draw our sprites first. So draw them first and then draw the sprites on top, and we'll change the colour to black for the title, and we'll change it to white for no text. And now we've got this intro screen, press any key to continue, which still doesn't work. So that's as we can draw sprites now. The position, it could change really, so if we wanted it to be further over, just change it to 100, 100. If we run that, you should see it be offsetted. So that's how we can position objects, but obviously because it's a background we're just going to stick with vector2 0, and if we run that, the game's back to normal. So in the next tutorial session I'm going to show you how to add buttons to our game, and then when you click a button we can change screen or exit game, etc. The button class is essentially just going to be a sort of a class that will have an object of type sprite and an object of type text inside it, and sort of utilise them together to draw a button. And it'll also be some sort of detection code for detecting when your mouse is inside the boundaries, etc. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.